Poillon ranks among the best players in the sport of lacrosse. But before he suited up for the Denver Outlaws or won the Major League Lacrosse Championship, he played right here in the Dragon's Lair.
Howard's lacrosse program means a ton to me. It was a stepping stone for me, and it was a smaller chapter of my life, but it was one of the most important ones.
Pete's a very unorthodox player. He's got great change of direction, shoots the ball great with both hands, and it's just very unpredictable. Almost like a scrambling quarterback.
In a lacrosse sense, everything happens with Pete when you're not expecting it. He releases the ball, he cuts, he dodges, all kind of not in the rhythmic time that you're used to seeing.
Pete is an old school all-around player. Fantastic work ethic. His work ethic has gotten him where he is today.
He was on SportsCenter. We used to joke around like, come on man, you gotta step your game up a little bit. You're not on top 10 yet.
Despite scoring a league record 410 points at Seneca Valley High School, Pete didn't receive attention from Division I lacrosse programs.
Your junior and senior year of high school, you see that you're not getting recruited and not getting a whole lot of interest, so the options started to get limited. So I started contacting a number of the junior college schools.
So when Pete contacted us, we were the most aggressive. We were the ones that went after him the most. We drove to Pittsburgh and went and saw him play. He was so dominant in that game. We were, just crossing our fingers at that point, walking off the field, saying goodbye to his parents. And Pete came walking over and said, by the way, I just wanted to let you know I decided I'm coming to Howard.
I came back down here, saw the school. It's obviously not a typical community college. I think it's very nice. They run it like a four-year institution, and it just kind of felt right. And when something feels right in your gut, you just go with it. So
Pete was joining a Howard lacrosse program that had a clear mission.
The overall goal is to make better men. We use lacrosse not only as a vehicle to be better athletes, but also to be better academically and be better men.
He always was the first one out of practice, stayed late to shoot. He was a great teammate, and really that rubbed off on the rest of the team.
Nobody wanted to be second. It just wasn't really acceptable, and the whole mentality of the team kind of changed, and we all took that on with a bit of a chip on our shoulder.
Whether it was spoken about or not, we all wanted to beat Essex, we all wanted to beat Nassau, we all wanted to go to the Final Four, we all wanted to win a national championship, and we worked every day to accomplish those things. Pete's
first test as a Dragon was against Nassau, a 20-time national champion.
I know we weren't playing our best as a team, and I was playing terrible in the first half, and Coach Burke came over to me and gave me a slap on the helmet and said, I need sophomore Pete, I don't need freshman Pete. And I was a freshman, so I was like, what?
After a slow first half, Pete scored 4 second-half goals to force overtime.
And we're knotted up in a game, it's tied, we go into overtime. And we have a timeout, and we cause a turnover in the defensive end. And Pete picks up the ground ball and dodges the entire length of the field, runs through 3 or 4 guys, gets it in the box, and just lets one go and rips it into the corner of the net.
He knew he was going to score the game-winning goal. It was one of those things where he came off and said, let's finish this, and he went out and scored the next goal.
In that kind of competition, taking the game on your shoulders and forcing OT and then winning it like that is special.
There's still pictures that I'll look at, today and see it. It's just all of us running and meeting in one spot, and just I think I jumped higher than I ever have in my life. And seeing Coach Burke and Coach Stiggs hug, and I think there might have been a few tears that were dropped there. And it was a regular season game for that coaching staff. It was a huge win.
You realize that you've reached a certain level when you compete with teams and programs that have been around a long time, done a lot of winning, and now here we are competing with them, beating them.
To beat a 20-time national champion for the first time, that was huge.
Later in the season, Pete led Howard to another first, a victory over Region 20 power CCBC Essex. Howard finished the year with a 12-3 record and a loss to Essex in the Region 20 championship. Howard posted a 13-1 record in Pete's sophomore year, culminating in a final showdown with CCBC Essex for the Region 20 championship.
What I really remember in the region final that year was how much Pete got the other guys on his team involved.
It was like the last time we're going to get a shot at this team that we've been battling for the last 2 years.
He just went out and he knew we were going to win that game, so he had that attitude the entire game.
I think Pete, if I remember correctly, only had 2 goals in the region final, but he had a bunch of assists, And he really helped Alex Ashcroft, who was an All-American at the time. Alex had a big game. Jordan Koyman had a big game for us at attack, and most of that was because of the amount of attention that that Pete drew. The biggest compliment I can give to Pete is that guys like him play their best in big games, and that was a big game, and he just played outstanding defensively, ground balls, did all the other things that you need to do to help a team win a championship.
I'll never forget that little party we had with just the team on the field, everybody off to the side waiting for us to kind of enjoy the win as a team, and knowing that they needed to go rent a bus for us to go to New York because we were going to the Final Four.
Howard lost to Nassau in the Final Four. Pete's success at Howard didn't go unnoticed. The two-time NJCAA All-American transferred to Ohio State. Pete scored 40 points as a Buckeye and earned an honorable mention on the NCAA All-American roster. After his head coach left for North Carolina, Pete decided to come back to Maryland and attend UMBC.
There's so many parallels between the nature of that program, the nature of that school, and the nature of this program, and the nature of this school. So that's kind of why I liked it.
When Pete joined that program, they got instant credibility. They were on national television, Games of the Week on Channel 2 here in Baltimore.
UMBC won the America East Championship. Pete led the Retrievers with 47 points and earned second-team All-American honors. After finishing his bachelor's degree, Pete went pro.
I remember on draft day, they had the draft on ESPN, and the thing with Pete was real quick. There was a commercial break like right after they announced his name, and I'm like, junior college kid, not getting any respect.
Well, I was drafted to the Cannons originally, Boston, and they wouldn't fly me up to practice with them or play with them. 6 or 7 weeks went by, and I was calling Coach Day from Boston Cannons every day, or at least once every other day, trying to say, hey, when am I going to get a chance? When am I going to get a chance? And it just didn't sound like I was going to get a chance.
He finally convinced them to give him his release out of his draft pick, and the day after Boston released him, he was signed by the Bayhawks, and they were playing like that Saturday night. It was like a couple days.
I ended up playing Boston the last game of the season and scored the game winner with 3 seconds left.
Pete scored 7 goals in 2 games with the Bayhawks. In 2010, he led the team in scoring and helped bring Chesapeake back into the playoff picture.
We had to win the last 2 games of the season to get in. We picked up Coach Cottle from Maryland, and he came in and put in a few offensive looks for us and kind of tweaked our offense a little bit. And not necessarily exactly what he did, but just the fact that there was a change at all kind of gave the defenses that we were playing against different looks, and we finally started playing well. And
Chesapeake ended the regular season with 2 wins. A playoff victory over Boston sent the Bayhawks to the Major League Lacrosse Championship.
Once they made it to the championship, we couldn't miss that, so we made our way down there.
So it was kind of like a family reunion. A lot of the old Howard guys were there, and Coach Stiggs and I had our Essex shirts on, and at the tailgate, everybody else had their Howard stuff on. But it was great to see all the guys come back, and it really reminded me how tight-knit that group was.
Having Stiggs and Burke and Jimmy Kelly and Evan, all of us out there just watching him, supporting him. It was cool because, they coached him, I played with him, we're all friends with him.
Pete finished the game with 3 goals and helped Chesapeake win the Steinfeld Cup.
He had the behind-the-back one that was real flashy, and then he put the game out of reach with an outside rip that was headed low. And it was fantastic. He didn't get a national championship at the college level, so I guess he had to go and one-up it and take it to the pros before he started getting some rings.
To get one at the professional level, he deserved it. He really did deserve it. And to play the role that he played, score the game-winning goal, definitely very proud of him.
It just couldn't be a more perfect end to win. Here in Maryland, and with all his family and friends there. It was just just a great day.
Pete finished the year tied for 3rd in the MLL with 24 goals. He also won the MLL's Most Improved Player Award. In May 2011, the Denver Outlaws acquired Pete in a trade with Chesapeake.
I feel good. I mean, we have a bunch of UMBC guys on the team, playing with Max Sebald and Brendan Mundorf, and these guys are guys that won a gold medal with the Team USA. So I feel great about playing with them. It's a pleasure, and I'm a shooter. I'm going to keep shooting the ball. I'm going to keep dodging hard and sharing the ball, and But I think just being a good teammate and working hard and trying to lead in any way possible.
Pete's 2 years at Howard helped him prepare for his professional career.
You know, we take a lot of pride in helping our guys that work hard while they're with us at the junior college level get to the next level. And so for us, it's kind of a way to look at things and say, yeah, you know what, we did what we were supposed to do. We helped him out. You know, he had all the talent in the world. He deserved to be there all along. We just kind of helped give him the portal to get there.
You know, there's so many things that I got out of playing for Howard that I wouldn't have gotten going and playing for a 4-year school. I got to be a leader right away. I got to learn how to be a leader. I had the ball in my stick a ton more than I would have, so it kind of helped me progress as an individual more, and the coaching was spectacular.
The Outlaws were eliminated by Hamilton in the 2011 MLL semifinals. Pete earned a spot on the All-Star team and will suit up for the Outlaws this summer. For Dragon Close-Up, I'm Madeline Smith.